Welcome back to the Afro Anime Initiative podcast. Here on the Afro Anime Initiative podcast, we discuss everything in Afrofuturism from A to Z. I am your host, Darren Bradley, along with
Paulina. Hey guys, I hope y'all well.
you, and hope you all are being well. And while you're being well, please follow us on our social media at Afro underscore AI on Twitter, right here on YouTube, and Afro Anime Initiative on Facebook and Instagram. Man, let's just jump right into it. We're going to follow with some stories that we covered last week. And right off the bat, we're going to talk about these DMCA shutdowns coming from Shonen Jump out of Japan. I just want to say a very enterprising admin of a fan site for One Piece cracked the case, shut it down, and let it be known. I just got to give the man props. So we're going
Right.
a slight round of applause for him.
Absolutely.
P, get the details about what's going on with Japan and how it seems to be one man, one angry man, sitting here messing up everybody's good times.
So basically, what happened last week was that people's accounts were being shut down because they were hosting content that was essentially copyrighted, just screenshots and stuff like that. Now, people were thinking that it was a bot that ran wild. It was new. It was all because of the upgraded copyright laws in Japan, blah, blah, blah. As it turns out, it was actually a very disgruntled fan who had his account shut down because he had some unauthorized screenshots posted on his account. So therefore, he went on a rampage, and there you go. And that's what happened essentially. And it's when I saw that pop up in my feed, I was just like, this is wild. This is hilarious because it turns out like how I found out an account who went private with their fan stuff, just in case. They were like, so it turns out it was a hoax? What? I'm like, hold on, wait, what? And then that's the story. And I had a good long laugh because that's just petty. It's just
Mad petty.
it's
Because
the most
you
petty
did
thing.
something wrong, they got you, so you just start going out attacking people who didn't do nothing wrong.
Right.
Okay, wow, just wow, just wow.
I was dying when I found out. I'm like, are you serious? I mean, I just,
Human,
it was just, it's great. But at the
yeah,
same time,
human
not great.
beings are terrible creatures.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible
Oh,
creatures. Yeah,
absolutely.
you mess with people's lives. That's money, man.
Right.
You somebody could get some cool fan art and they lose their social media. That's just bogus,
Not
bro.
just not just
Because
that.
you did something wrong.
Right, not just
Yeah, go
that. You
ahead.
had official artists from these shows
Right.
being locked out of their accounts because of this.
Right. Right. That's money, man. You mess with people's money, people's lives off of that dumb stuff, bro. Come on, dude. Because you did something wrong and got caught. Wow.
Right.
But man, like shout out to Alex. His name is Alex. He like I said, he's the admin of a One Piece fan site called the Library Oshara. I'm not a One Piece fan. I hope I said that right. Y'all don't come at me. But shout out to him because that's just some good detective work right there.
Right.
Mad good detective
I'll
work.
post the link to the article in our description once we got this up and running.
Man. So yeah, shout out to Alex. So yeah, that's covering that. And then follow up to another story we covered last week: the incomparable Ray Fisher. And I say incomparable because bruh got fired, even though he came out and said he wasn't. But of course, we all knew he did get fired because when you go and let's be honest, you snitched, which is perfectly fine. There are certain situations where you snitch is perfectly cool. You told the truth, came out and ratted out the bosses. You ratted them out. But when the boss get an extension, in other words, they keep their job. You weren't keeping yours. So it was just weird. He came out so adamantly talking about, no, I'm still here. Yeah, now it's like, no, I'm not. Came out with a statement, basically explaining why he was leaving, reiterating the situation that went on with Walter Amada, Jeff Johns, and with Josh Whedon about his treatment and his treatment of other people on the cast during the filming of Justice League. And he's out. Everybody else seems to still have a job. Yeah, we kind of saw this coming because they don't care. They don't care. I'm sorry, black people, and it sucks to say this, but they don't care about you. They don't. Because if they did, it wouldn't only been Josh Whedon who got thrown under the bus. Jeff Jones still has a job at Warner Brothers, and Walter Hamada just got an extension on his contract. He's still finna get paid, even though he caused the situation that basically set up some racial stuff in his shop. Ray Fisher, bruh, just that's it. Let this be your last statement about this stuff. Move on, bro. Move on. It's over. P, any more thoughts about the Ray Fisher situation?
The only thing that popped into my mind was this is the hill he really is gonna die on, huh? Look what happened. Now I'm not saying no, he shouldn't have done that. No, like no, he did good, but at the same time, it's like he was just stuck on it and didn't focused on nothing else. And I'm telling you, man, something deep down inside is telling me like there's something bigger. Like he got involved in something and he was upset or traumatized from it, and he's opening his mouth and saying these things. Now there is, I'm pretty sure there's an element of truth, a large element of truth behind all of his accusations, all of this stuff coming out and him talking about it. But the way he's so adamant on it, it's like either he's just I don't know. Either it's just something that he's just stubborn about, or it's just something else is going on. I think something else is going on. Yeah, I don't know. That's just me though.
Because
I
I
could be
think we
wrong.
should
I'm
all
not.
be, we should always be adamant about fighting injustice. We should
Of
always
course.
be adamant about fighting against the treatment. But
Right.
it's like, but you fighting against it and you ain't got no plan.
No,
You ain't got no other job.
that's the
You ain't got no
problem.
other
He has
avenue.
no
That's
backup. No backup
right. That's the
that we know of.
problem.
That we know of.
Right. Well, so far I don't like nobody look like they're hiring Ray Fisher. A lot of people suggest he go to Marvel, but again, we will talk about some stuff with Kevin Feige in a minute. But Kevin Feige, like, yo, man, I'm out here I'm making an empire under empire. I ain't having no troublemakers. Like, and not even troublemakers in the fact that somebody standing up for themselves,
Right.
but like, I ain't having nobody that's gonna find a reason to do something stupid and then not be able to help back it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know Feige has shut down people before. We know a lot of people that used to be, they look, and nobody came away and said, no, I lost the job. I'm not working with Marvel anymore. I have nothing bad to say. That's the end of the conversation.
Yep.
Kevin Feige ain't got 800 people out here still talking mess. Look, even a few people who did talk mess about him, he rehired. They coming back.
Yeah. So yeah, I like. Listen, I'm gonna. This is the hill I will die on. Something else happened, and it was an even bigger impact on Ray Fisher than we realized. So either we will never know about it, or it will come out eventually. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, yeah. But
And I'm
let's see. Like I said,
and
just
I'm
hope
tired of it.
he has a career.
Sorry,
Yeah, I just hope. I'm tired of him talking about Warner Brothers. I
yeah.
really hope he does have a career. He moves on and just does
Mm-hmm.
anything else other than worry about this cyborg. Let it go, dog. Let it go. The road's gone. And look, perfect segue. Speaking of people who made their own way, battled uphill, but they made sure it was under their circumstances. Issa Rae announced through an article in Variety that she is hosting a master class talking about how to make your own path into Hollywood and succeed. I find Issa Rae fascinating. I've been a fan of Issa Rae since her self-owned, written, produced, acted YouTube series, which led her to her self-produced, written, and acted in HBO series which is leading her into her in even more bigger things where she produces other shows on YouTube where she produces stuff for HBO, writes some more things, got her own self-published, well not self-published, but a published book that she wrote. And she did it all with a goal in mind, but still with ownership, her being in control in the forefront. And she's willing to give out some of that advice and the lessons she's learned out, like I said, in a master class for $180, which honestly is not that bad of a deal if
It's
it's
not
something that
bad
is
at
your life
all.
goal.
Yes, it's
Right.
not bad
And
at
learning
all.
from somebody who's done it.
Yep.
Right. P, what are your thoughts about Issa Rae in this master class?
First of all, Issa Rae is freaking awesome. I adore her work. I haven't watched a lot of it, but I just really love her approach to just owning your own work and just owning yourself and just being all about just producing and just being all, you know, for the people. Um, in this whole the masterclass, first of all, I really love the idea of the masterclass. It's been around for a minute now, and it's just, in case none of you are familiar with masterclass, it's basically like a platform where a lot of celebrities, but not just celebrities, but professionals at their profession. You have chefs such as Gordon Ramsay. He has his own series. You have Issa Rae, who writes her, who's a writer, also actress. You know, you have photographers, you have artists, you have just people who are really good at what they do, who've done it for a really long time, or or have done it really well for quite a certain amount of time, and they are sharing their secrets, or they're sharing, here's what you can do. Here's what I did. Take it if you wish, or but and so when I see this, and I see the trailer for it, and just her talking about, what the class is all about, it makes me really happy for her, and happy for the fact that she's actually sharing her her path, like what it took for her to get to where she is now. Because a lot of times you see, people like, for example, one of our own becoming successful, but then hoarding that success for themselves, not giving back to the community that helped them, or at least gave them the foundation to get to where they are now. So I applaud her for it. And I'm actually, hopefully at some point, I can invest in Masterclass and see what she has to say.
And I think it's really dope. Like I followed her since like literally the third episode of her on YouTube, and seeing her growth and what she's done. Now, whether you're a fan of her or not, just you gotta respect the hustle. Like you gotta respect what she's done. And again, it's still her maintaining control,
Hmm.
getting that narrative. Like even when stuff messes up on the show, she comes out, takes responsibility for it. It's nobody else's fault. Like, no, this is my show. I'm the writer to produce on there. I got to deal with this. Like that's
Hmm.
just again something that needs to be applauded, whether you want to work for Hollywood or not, or you just want to do something on your own. Because again, let me repeat this again. She filmed, starred in, and wrote her own show and owned it with her friends because she didn't see anything that looked like her or sounded like her in Hollywood. So she made it. And then Hollywood came running like, can we please have you? That's the way to do it. If that's your route you want to go, that's the way you do it. Because she also could have said, yo, I'm cool. I just want to keep this, keep building my own stuff. I don't want to go work for nobody. She could have did that too. And like I said, she still produced small mini movies and TV shows on YouTube. She still do that stuff.
Nice. She's sticking to her roots. Awesome.
Like so you got again, so just to be my last word on Ray Fisher, yo, look towards those avenues. It ain't always gotta be the studio stuff. It ain't always gotta be a block, but the hell ain't got always gotta be something that somebody else owns. It can be something that you own or you're a partner in, or it's a friend. You just like, yo, let's just do this. Give me something to do. And it could lead you down to a path to success. Because Issa Rae says, like I said, since the third episode of Awkward Black Girl, I've watched her, and it's a beautiful thing. It's freaking beautiful. Before we move on to other more mainstream topics, anything else you got to say about Issa Rae and Ray Fisher? Just anything else?
Issa Rae is a very beautiful black woman, and I appreciate her existence.
Facts, facts. Second that, second that. Well, in other, let's say, more mainstream Hollywood news, Kevin Feige came out this past week and announced that Deadpool 3 shall be rated R and will be a MCU movie, saying it's a part of the timeline.
Ooh.
Um, Great news, right? Great news, from my opinion. But it's a bigger thing for me because this is Disney
Hmm.
officially saying, hey, it's been 100 years. The princesses held us down.
Oh my
They
god.
did their thing. Shout out to the princesses, Cinderella, all the way up to Princess and the Frog. We love y'all, but now we finna go. We finna get crazy. We need the boys' money too, and
Yep.
that's because that's what it was. Let's be honest. When they bought Marvel, when they bought Star Wars, they're like, "Hey, the princess is cool. We love animation, but we want the boys to come and spend some money over here too."
Hmm.
And this is official. Them saying like, "Yeah, we finna change our image a little bit. The whole clean cut. Yeah, we still gonna be a family company, but families curse all the time."
Oh yeah.
Let's put some rated R stuff in there. Let's expand because people don't understand when they bought Fox, they also bought Predator and Alien. Ain't no such thing as a PG-13 Predator
Right.
or Alien.
The heck?
Uh, Disney about to change their face. Pete, what are your thoughts about the Deadpool news and just the shift in Disney's attitude towards more adult content?
I kind of saw this coming because I remember way at the beginning when Disney Plus became a thing, there was a debate about that because even though like Deadpool is Marvel, it was kind of a weird like, is it a part of Disney Marvel or is it still Marvel Marvel? And then Disney became bigger and bigger, acquiring more and more studios, and now Deadpool is officially part of the MCU, which is great. And they're sticking to the R rating of the content because let's face it, Deadpool is not for kids. Um, so I'm glad they remain consistent with that. Plus, I absolutely love Deadpool, and if they made it PG-13 or anything less than rated R, it would just ruin. It would just ruin it for me. It would just ruin it. Absolutely ruin it. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of Deadpool. Um, Again, this has been a thing. Like they want more adults, even though there's a lot of like Disney nostalgia in a lot of the content. But still, come on, give us. We will give you the boys' money because it's Deadpool. We need. Come on, I don't like the censored crap all the time. So this is good. This is smart.
Watch when they released, yeah, when they did what was it, Deadpool 2, and they did the PG-13 cut,
Uh huh.
like the extra jokes they added in there were funny, but without that, just the underlying raunchiness of Deadpool, it didn't feel right. It
Nope.
wasn't bad, but it didn't feel right. And I think what a lot of people forget about Marvel, especially on the movie side, is all about a feeling. The movie could be in, but if it feel like a Marvel movie, it's still gonna make like $800 million.
Right.
So they gotta make sure they retain the feeling to keep the success. And Deadpool has a feeling,
Oh yeah.
and that feeling is rated R. It's rated R. It just
from the
is.
from the promos to the actual like,
Yeah.
come on now.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
the promos are the best.
Yeah. So yeah, this is Disney. Disney just saying like, yeah, the empire was built off the back of the princess. We will always honor the princess. We will build her new castles every other year. But we gotta go. We gotta expand. We gotta bring the adults in back to this joint because they're the ones that got the actual money. And
Yep.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it,
100%.
man. So yeah, so we're gonna move out of just Hollywood news and get into, well, we're just gonna run through some cool trailers we saw this week. And let's kick off with the write-up that CBR.com did about the reboot of the Equalizer starting the lovely Queen Latifah. They had both of the 30-second teasers for the new CBS show Reboot. Let me go first on this one. It's dope. I liked it. I've always liked Queen Latifah. I thought she was a great actress. She never got enough roles. But again, Queen Latifah was doing so much stuff. She was like, I don't care. I still got mine. So, but I wish she did more acting because she is just dope. And even though it's CBS and CBS also has a feeling, this looked cool because this was more in line with the Denzel Washington movies. Come on, you know they do.
Yeah.
This was more in line with the Denzel Washington movies than the original Equalizer series. And that I'm looking forward to. Queen Latifah being that type of character. Like it just looked nice, even though it's only 30-second teasers, two of them, so 60 seconds. But I enjoyed it and I look forward to a full trailer. So maybe I can get a better feel for it. But I'm looking forward to this. P, how do you feel about Queen Latifah, the Equalizer?
I am waiting for a longer trailer. Sorry, I am waiting for a longer trailer. But again, I love Queen Latifah myself. I've always enjoyed her work whenever she's on the screen or even behind. Um, this looks exciting. One, two, it's like it's an older black woman being a badass. Like you don't get enough of that. You
Mm,
don't. Like I know
mm,
there's Proud Mary, which has a special place in my heart. So then you have this
mm.
Equalizer, Queen Latifah just being awesome, and I know Angela Bassett and her show. I forgot the name of the show. Please forgive me.
I
But
don't even, I didn't even know she had a show.
yeah, she
I swear to
did
God, I know
on
Angela
Fox.
Bassett had a show.
On Fox.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm,
Okay.
but it's yeah. So I'm excited to see the queen in this role because she's just really cool, and I guess she just gave me that impression
Mm,
ever since I saw her and Set It Off all those years ago. So I was just waiting for her to be in that kind of role again. I love it.
mhm, mhm. Yeah. Like I said, and it seems like I said, it's a continuation from the show, not really the movies, but it's
Hmm.
bringing in those movie elements, and I look forward to it because those movies are great.
Hmm.
Those movies were incredible. And hopefully they'll find a way to let Denzel cameo because them two being on screen together would just be cool, even if it is on CBS.
Right.
So yeah, so right now it looks like Queen Latifah's The Equalizer will premiere on CBS February 7th this year. Look forward to it. Like I said, hopefully get a trailer before because I'm like I said, I don't watch stuff no more unless I'm truly interested. And even though this teaser was cool, I ain't finna sit down and watch no TV unless this show really captures me.
Right.
But I want them to capture me. I hope the next trailer captures me. Whew, speaking of trailers that captured me,
Mm.
this week, Netflix dropped the trailer for Malcolm and Marie. Malcolm and Marie is the story of a Hollywood director and his girl coming home from a Hollywood premiere as they wait on the critical acclaim and just the reviews from the movie. And it delves deep into their relationship and basically what goes behind the closed doors and something like this. Like, what is love and can it survive a environment such as Hollywood? And I know it was a little controversy about Malcolm, who is also a writer and director, who stars as Malcolm in the show, being with Zendaya, who plays Marie, as an older man and a younger woman, and how that's the quintessential Hollywood relationship and stereotype. But it is though.
Hmm.
I believe the movie will be pointing that out. Like,
Right.
but that is it's older dudes with younger women, and
Yep.
it could be love or it could be something else. But those are relationships that are presented a lot in Hollywood, and I think that other than this topic of Hollywood relationships, other than this topic, this movie is dope because again, it reconnects back to Issa Rae, what we said with Ray Fisher. Zendaya pulled this off basically almost on her own. During COVID, movie shut down, no roles, no work. She called up Malcolm, said, "Hey, write me something." He was already halfway through some. I said she liked it. Let's do it. They got a crew together. They quarantined in this house and they filmed the whole movie. That's just dope. That's how you get it done. Netflix saw it, bought it up. That's the end of the conversation. But that's what you do. You don't wait for other people. You don't wait for work or beg for work. You go make some work. And I'm done talking about it because, like I said, I'm into this. This trailer captured me. P, how do you feel about Malcolm and Marie from Netflix?
Okay. So John David Washington, it plays Malcolm.
Well, I thought his name was Malcolm.
I don't know. He looks like a
I
Malcolm.
read that so I read that article so no, I just read that article so wrong then. Never mind. Keep
It's
going.
a no. You good? You're good. Hilariously
Mm.
enough, I heard that Zendaya's middle name is Marie. Fun fact,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
which is
Mm-hmm.
okay. That I understand. So you good? You good? But first of all, black and white. Oh, okay. I love black and white because in cinematography and photography, black and white brings so much focus to the subject. There's nothing wrong with color. There's nothing wrong. Like I'm gonna break this apart, this whole thing apart. It might be for like 15 minutes. I'm gonna talk about this, but with black and white, there's such a central focus on the subject because it's only lights and shadows, and so you're able to really, really, really concentrate on what's going on in front of you between these two, playing a couple in Hollywood. Another thing is that it's a character study. I love character studies, and I'm I'm looking forward to it. To see just how they portray this relationship, how it works, what attracts these characters together, but what pulls them apart. And it's a lot of elements that you look at in a relationship, from how one person doesn't listen to the other to self-sabotage when things aren't actually going well. um so, and it's really dope that Zendaya just got up and was like, no, let's do this, let's get this ish on the road. and here we are. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's coming out next month. Less than a month actually. February
Mm-hmm.
5th of this
Mm-hmm.
year. So it and if it feels honestly it feels like a good refreshing look of just movies, character study, and commentary on how there are a lot of couples during this whole shutdown period and how a lot of them did not make it. I don't want to be mean about it, but I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you realize you actually like somebody when you're forced to stay with them.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, but yeah, I just like I said, everything about this, the story behind it, the trailer itself. I mean, it's just like, yeah, okay, I got this is one that gotta be watched. Yeah, it just gotta be watched. So I'm looking forward to it. Like you said, February 5th, Malcolm Emery on Netflix. And like I said, on our last trailer in the trailer roundup, man, I don't even know. Okay, HBO Max has released the second trailer this week for Judas and the Black Messiah. Judas and the Black Messiah is the tale of William O'Neill and how he infiltrated the Illinois chapter of the Black Panther Party. Man, just man. First of all, open up with a beautiful poem about what it means to be a revolutionary. Like, because you could be a revolutionary and be out there and risk your life, but are you risking your life for your sake or for the actual people? That's a beautiful poem.
Mhm.
Watch the trailer, embrace that poem, listen to that poem. But then you break down the scenes that they show in the trailer, just the background stuff with Nixon. What was going on with the Black Panther Party? The truth about the Black Panther Party, they educated, they fed, they defended,
Mhm.
and how that image has been distorted throughout history. And while it was trying to be distorted in that time period, and it just shows what was going on. And so far, what I've seen from this has made me look at this like, do we need to start putting this in history classes? Like there are certain movies where when they tell the truth, do actually need to be shown in history class, not just when the teacher want to be lazy.
Mhm.
Because this seems to so far hit on a human note and a historical note about what was going on during this time period. P, how do you feel about the second trailer for HBO Max's Judas and the Black Messiah?
It just made me want to throw hands at people because I know my history. Um, Not all of it, but enough to make me go, I want to watch this, but at the same time, I know this is going to piss me off. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. A very powerful trailer. Um, I don't know. Like I can't say it quite eloquently as to how I feel about this because I want to see it, but at the same time, it's like I know I'm just gonna be pissed off because I know what the FBI did. I know what happened. I know, like comparing. It's like I cannot help comparing then and now with
Mm,
Black Power movement, Black Lives Matter, just overall movements for the fucking government and people who support this shit to stop killing us. So I'm at a bit of a crossroad with this. Gorgeous, like I said, gorgeous trailer, very significant, and yes, this should be put into history classes, all history classes, and there should be room for it. Not Marcus Garvey had a Back to Africa movement and it failed. End of story. No, 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 no.
yeah, tell the whole story. Tell how they lied on him. Tell how they set him up. Tell how he went around the world and said, "Hey, our people get treated bad everywhere. We need to stop that." Tell everything.
Everything.
Tell everything.
Everything. How why the why the FBI came to be because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because of
Yeah,
that.
tell that stuff. And it looked like Judas and the Black Messiah shows a lot of that stuff because again, you
Mhm.
get this is kind of the tale of William O'Neill. It's the tale of the snitch.
Mhm.
It kind of is the tale of the snitch, and it's
Mhm.
like, bruh, for real. But
Mhm.
then, I'm not trying to sympathize with the man, but it says how the authorities hemmed him up, how the government put him in a situation where, hey, if you don't do this, we will destroy your life. So hey, we won't destroy your life if you just destroy a whole bunch of other black people's lives. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
And how, like you said, it keeps happening over and over again because we don't learn our history, because we don't sit there and study the moves that are made against us. We get mad about stuff, but then we don't learn. We don't act on it because even though they get you with the emotions, because again, it is a movie. They want you to watch the movie. But you pull the emotions out and just watch the moves that were being made, oh, you're gonna learn so much. And I think that's something that we have a problem with a lot in modern day society, period, but definitely with black people. We get so emotional about stuff that we're not paying attention to what's actually going on.
Yep.
We don't. We get mad and we go out there and march, but then we don't get our money together to go buy some lawyers to shut stuff down.
Right.
You know, we get mad on Twitter and yell and retweet, but then we don't go to school to learn how to do stuff or get our money together and do everything everybody else is doing. You know, we sit here and go out and vote, but then we don't make the politicians do what we voted them in there for to do because we so emotional about stuff. We gotta let this shit go.
Exactly.
We gotta start moving with power out of the
Mm-hmm.
emotions. And I think this movie, because like I said, emotionally, that damn poem at the beginning of the movie got me. But as it kept going, you start hearing the power moves. Yo, we gotta move this, do this. Hey, do this to this person, get it to this person. There ain't no emotion there. That's calculation. That's logic. And I think this movie, hopefully, again, the second trailer shows is going to show all that in this movie. Um, and I look forward to it. February 12th. February is going to be a busy, busy month with all these cool black things coming.
Mm-hmm. It's
So
gonna be
much.
jammed packed in the shortest month of the fucking year. But hey, you know.
You know, Black History should only be regulated to the shortest month in America,
Mm,
anyway.
of course.
Anyway, um, but yeah, but that's Hollywood. And then, like I said, moving out of geek stuff. And I know we haven't brought the BTS back. In the BTS, we talk more about social commentary. But I felt this story was kind of important to bring to the main podcast. Um, the last week, it is official that the government of China has become the biggest investor in the African continent. And this is something that we've talked about sporadically. Like I said, we focus more when we on the BTS podcast. And we talk about how we need to self-invest and black people need to support black people and we need to go and buy black and support black businesses. But that also means Africa too. And we have been brainwashed thanks to racism and white supremacy to have some really negative thoughts about Africa. But you got the whole government of China saying, nah, we're going to put a few $1 trillion into this continent and take over while y'all being stupid and racist. Because yes, black people, we support white supremacy when we think the same way that the people who hate us do. When we talk negative about Africa, booty scratch the stupid stuff. They don't know how to do this. They never learned anything until they learn English. Those are white supremacist thought. And unfortunately, a lot of black people think that way. And that's because we support racism and white supremacy. And while we over there supporting this, supporting the people that hate us, China like, oh yeah, I think we should just buy the continent. And that's what they're doing. P, what are your thoughts about China officially becoming the biggest investor in the African continent?
um. Hmm. Well, the specific thing that I can say is that it's actually a very lucrative business. Very lucrative. Um, Africa's not the only continent involved with being bought. It's the biggest, but not the only one. And that's all I'm going to say. In general, I don't want to say some controversial shit, but fuck China. Um, Fuck Europe, especially Europe. Um, just, eh. It's the kind of thing that just infuriates me. But at the same time, it's like you can kind of predict it because things have not gotten better in Africa. In many countries, many countries. Not every single one of them, because we don't know the state of every single one of them. But things are just bad, really bad. And for a country to just take over, for countries to just keep taking over this continent. It's making me question, like, do our people actually care, or do they know enough? Do they want to know enough? Are we trying hard enough? Are we trying at all? I can see if we're trying, but is it enough though? What are we doing? What is this barrier? It's more than one. But
It even pulls out into the thing, like I said, the same thing that with us, that we get trapped up in this white supremacist stuff too.
right.
So are they.
Mm-hmm.
You have Africans talking shit about other Africans, like, bruh, are you serious?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
them your people. Yeah, but they from that tribe. And so what? Y'all in the same boat. Or you have people fighting over religious stuff. Again, you have Islam and Christians fighting over stuff in Africa. Neither one of those religions came from Africa. It's like, what are y'all fighting over? You got government officials selling stuff out, and it's like, I'm not mad at China. China sees the opportunity. They finna take opportunity. Like you said, it's lucrative. They're not finna put trillions of dollars into something they're gonna lose trillions of dollars. China's a what? How many is 1.2 billion people in China? Probably more. I think that number's off now. But it's over a billion.
Right.
They know what they need to do to feed and control their population. So I think it's great. I'm not mad about it. I'm like, okay, I see what y'all doing. That makes me think that we need to be doing the same thing. Because if a government of over a billion people is literally like, okay, we can invest in our people, or do we go invest in Africa? And they still choose Africa. We need to be in Africa. We need to be putting money on, not some charity BS, not some, oh, let's send them some dirty clothes BS. No. Invest. Businesses, infrastructure, internet, plumbing, electric. Bruh, you can become a millionaire without nobody seeing you flashing jewelry on screen. And like I said, it doesn't infuriate me. It just makes me look like business opportunity, and we need to take advantage of it, just like China is doing. Because again, China, and we've talked about this before here, especially with stuff coming out of Japan, is not necessarily a racist thing until it involves ideology from the West, from Europe, from America. They just don't like nobody that ain't them. But they don't hate nobody because of it. They just don't like you. You not us. So you cool, but you not us. They put themselves first. But you got black people and Africans worried about taking care of everybody else while everybody else is robbing us. Invest in Africa. Invest in blackness. Invest in the continent. Because before long, like you have America, English is supposed to be our language, but everything is in Spanish too. No African dialects, oddly enough. Soon that's going to be in Africa. Africa going to have the European languages that robbed and raped them going to be their national languages, then Mandarin, and then it's going to be whatever tribes are left in if they still remember their original language. That's what's going to happen. But we still stuck on supporting racism and white supremacy and listening to people who don't give a damn about us, telling us about our roots and our home, and pulling us away from it, while other people, like you said, is going out there and just buying it up. Because that's all China is doing. China's not investing in Africa where they trying to build stuff up. They invest in Africa where they taking more stuff out. They're just doing it more legally than the white people did when they colonized the damn place. And I like connections. I like having a through line when I tell stories, when I write. And this is the through line of this podcast. It is self-investment. We have to invest in ourselves, and we can't sit there and always be begging somebody for a job or worried about if they like us and putting ourselves inside hostile environments where they can treat us bad. Can't do that if we the boss. Can't do that if I own and operate it, because you get on my nerves, you do something stupid, you fired. And I think that's something that not just only means to talk with black people, our African brothers and sisters need to hear it too. You are at home. You are at home. Invest in your home. Fight for your home. Get rid of these corrupt people and stop running to somebody else, America, China, Europe, anybody else, to fix the problems that they caused. Fix them yourself. And that's why I had to add this into the main podcast. Stuff like this, we got to know about. We got to know what's going on around the world. It ain't all just about America, because again, that's a racist and white supremacist thought. Where the only place you think about is your home. Our people are suffering around the world because of this type of mentality. They getting treated like crap because of this type of mentality. This stuff got to stop. We have to stop it. We have to see what's going on. And yeah, you get mad about it, but not just get mad about it, then do something about it. Like, so China invested in something, see what they invested in. Buy some stocks in that stuff. You see China suddenly going to a country, do some research, see what's over there. Put some of your own money in there. Like I said, China not going to invest in something that's going to fail. It's an opportunity. And we gotta start taking advantage of these opportunities, not other people. P, you got anything else to say about the Africa-China situation?
No.
All right. All right. Well, that's the end of my show notes for this. And when we get to the end of the show notes, we like to go around with the panel. It's just the two of us this week. And ask what else did they see in Afrofuturism or just general geekdom that they would like to add that wasn't in the notes. Mind if I go first?
Sure.
Awesome. I watched WandaVision today from Disney Plus.
Oh, I forgot.
And I have to, man, all I gotta say is Kevin Feige is super smart. He did something different but so recognizable. It hits you in the gut where it's so cool and creepy, but it also makes you feel warm inside. It makes you remember them old black and white, how black and white shows, black and white of the old 60s and 40s sitcoms, the Lucille Ball show, Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie. It gives you that feeling, but because it's still Marvel and what is being shown, it still feels new and refreshing. And right now, each individual episode is like focusing on a time period of a sitcom. Like I said, the first episode is basically Lucille Ball. Excuse me, with a little bit of I Dream of Jeannie in there.
Ooh.
And it's freaking genius.
Nice.
It's freaking genius. The next episode, because they brought the first two together. The next episode is a little bit of Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie. It works. I used to watch those shows as a kid. When I wasn't really allowed to watch anything else, they would put that on. It would be like 3 hours of them super old shows. Lucille Ball, Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie. I swear up and down, my mama don't say it's not true. I got my name from Darren off of Bewitched. So it's just like it, but they did something really cool and really incredible. I'm really enjoying so far WandaVision.
Nice.
And yeah, that's it. Everything else was just okay. Anything that you saw around the way, P, in Afrofuturism or just general geekdom?
No, not really this week. It's been pretty well, from what I've seen, it's been quiet, but sometimes something just pops up even after we're done recording, so who knows. Yeah, so not much from my end. That's really cool though. I completely forgot WandaVision dropped today.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to add. So I've been skimming over some of the comic books from DC Future State. Yeah, they're not bad. Black Batman is cool. Brazilian Wonder Woman is cool.
Oh yeah.
Murder Flash is awesome.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I'm afraid in 3 months they finna just go back to old stuff. But right now, I'm actually kind of liking some of this. So I mean, yeah, that was the other thing. Yeah, Black Batman is actually pretty cool.
Yep.
That's it for me. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for listening to the Afro Anime Initiative podcast. Once again, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And you know what? Down in the comments, cool Afrofuturism have you guys seen lately? Let us know. Give us something that maybe you want to hear us talk about. So again, follow us on social media at Afro Anime Initiative on Facebook and Instagram. Afro_AI right here on YouTube and on Twitter. And you know what? We'll see you next time. Bye.